In addition to the home theater, another area of tech that I often tinker around with, try out some different things and experiment, is in my office. Right behind me there, I do a ton of work. I do a ton of work for my day job. I do a ton of personal computing and activities in there. And of course, I run all of the Techthusiasm type stuff in there as well. And for the last few years, I've been using an M1 Pro MacBook Pro 16-inch in kind of a docked setup, a bit of a half-docked setup, where I have a large 43-inch Sony television essentially as my computer monitor, and I just set the laptop down in front of it with the screen open, plugging in a bit of a rat's nest of wires to have HDMI, to have charging for my earbuds that I often use in there, as well as wired Ethernet. And I've been debating moving away from the direct laptop situation to specifically buying a more capable and technologically advanced docking situation. I do like having the laptop to be able to grab it and go for a variety of purposes and reasons, but when I'm sitting at the desk, I'd like to have more of a traditional kind of computer experience. So I've been looking at docks for a while, looking at Belkin, looking at Ugreen and others, and iVANKY happened to reach out to me and offered up one of their FusionDock products here. So this is the FusionDock Max 1. The biggest one in the lineup. This thing retails for about $440. They have about a handful of them, I would say, in the lineup with different levels of connectivity and capability. And I think they've also recently refreshed a few of them, but I specifically requested the Max 1 because I've got a lot of stuff to connect. If I take the laptop out of my direct computing equation, I actually have to add more types of connectivity in. I use the laptop's webcam for recording and live streaming and stuff like that. I'll have to add an external webcam. A lot of times I can use the laptop's microphone for my work. If the laptop's not sitting in front of me, I now need an external microphone, which usually works out better for YouTube and the live streams anyway. So let's take a look at this thing, talk about its capabilities, all of its massive amount of ports and functions and features, and then I'm going to get this thing installed in the Techthusiasm office there, use it for a little while, and we'll time warp a bit. This is going to kind of be a catch-all video talking about the device, looking at it, as well as kind of reflecting on the experience of using it and providing a bit of an overview type of summary review in the end. All right, so let's do a quick unboxing of this guy. It is a nice thick cardboard box here. Get it out. I actually do already have one cable taken out. So here's the dock itself. Pretty good heft, pretty good size, wrapped up in some protective plastic. Let's take this off and take it out. We'll come back to the dock in a second. I do want to talk about the cabling and the other accessories that are included in here. We have some general documentation. We have two boxes basically of accessories. Now as a dock, it will be externally powered, externally plugged in, and there is a power brick for it. Here is one side of the power cable, and in the other box we have the other side. Pretty big power brick, basically. The power brick and the dock are almost identical in size. Luckily, I have an office setup where I can hide this thing away relatively easily behind my monitor and not have to worry about it too much. There is another cable in here. This is a braided HDMI, and then lastly, this is what kind of I wasn't actually expecting or surprised about, I suppose, when I asked for this model, is that it's actually a dual connection. Of course, the MacBook Pros have two of the USB-C/Thunderbolt ports there on the side. This plugs into the laptop side, and then the cable splits to the other two that go into the dock itself. Now, one of the things that I'm concerned about this is this cable is only so long, and I actually want to kind of put my laptop a little bit further away from the desk than this cable might allow. So we'll see how that works out when we actually set the thing up. So let's take the sticker off here and take a look through all of the various ports. So it's got a neat kind of standoff design here. We can set it down horizontally or we could stand it up vertically. No need for a separate stand or anything like that. So on the front we actually have 4 USB-Cs, some rated for display capability. We have a couple of USB-As. We have a multi-card reader, and we have the headphone jack. I definitely like having the headphone jack, and I appreciate that they put it on the front. It cracks me up that some docks out there actually put the headphone jack on the back. So the back is loaded for bear, loaded for ports. We have a 3.5mm audio line out. We have multiple USB-As. We have a 2.5 gig wired Ethernet connection. I'm looking to take advantage of that as well. I want to get my whole home Ethernet setup essentially upgraded to 2.5 and even up to 10G for the Synology itself. So we'll have some high-speed Synology data transfer capability coming up there. Multiple HDMIs. Again, I'm only going to be using one. I believe this supports up to 4 displays. I'll only be using the one external. We have an optical audio output as well. We have the connections specifically indicated, again, for those dual wires that go to the cable that goes out to the laptop. We have security lock attachment, and then finally our power input there. So let's get this thing wired up, wired in to the Techthusiasm office spot, get the Mac connected and operating, and see how it all works out. All right, so let's get a little shot of the iVANKY dock in action here. The Techthusiasm workspace, all kinds of neat little artwork and stuff all around here, some trinkets. But the main event, so this is a Sony 43-inch display I use as my main computer monitor. Of course, I have my MacBook docked there on the stand over on the side. You can actually kind of see the 2 USB-C port style port plug coming out of the top of the laptop there, kind of snaking around the back. And then this thing fits nice and snugly, perfectly right under the monitor there, front and center. I have access to all the ports. I use my earbuds quite often when I'm working, both my day job, personal stuff, and the Techthusiasm type things. So I leave those plugged in there. Love having multiple USB-C ports and USB-A ports on the front, the card reader on the front. Of course, we're running 4K 60 to this monitor via HDMI out the back. Have a couple of other things plugged into the back, and it's been working great. No troubles at all with the dock. It's been stable. It's been reliable. I can turn on my monitor. I can wake up my laptop. I get my video. Video's been rock solid, stable. No issues there. Like a lot of docks, a lot of especially HDMI, I think, style docks, it does run a little bit warm to the touch here, but it's not overly hot. It's not overheated in any negative way. And again, it's been 100% stable for me in all of the use that I've needed it for. I've tried a variety of the ports, front and back. I've used the card reader for multiple types of cards and been summarily impressed with the results. This is a lot nicer than keeping my laptop down in front of the monitor, how I was using things before. Lots more cables plugging in on both sides and all of that. This keeps the laptop completely topped off and charged. So when I need to detach and go, I can just yank the cable there right off the top, grab my laptop, and head to another room, head out of the house, wherever I need to go with my gear. Again, very happy having this setup, and I think the dock is doing a really great job here in the installation. So that is the iVANKY FusionDock Max 1. Very many in one docking station, specifically for your Apple Silicon devices. Of course, I was using it in there with my 2021 model year MacBook Pro 16-inch. Soon to update maybe to an M4. But yeah, super stable, working great, worked out of the box. I should mention as well, no drivers or kind of extra really intervention or hardware, software kind of setup necessary. Absolutely plug and play. HDMI 4K 60 to the television monitor that I use. 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, which I'm all upgraded for now. Ready to go, super fast connection to my NAS and all that through my new Ubiquiti network equipment. Taking advantage of a majority of the ports, options, connectivity, card reader. If you're looking for something like this in your office setup, give it a look, give it a consideration. It might definitely suit your needs very nicely. Of course, these are readily available online. I am an Amazon affiliate. You can buy them there. Look down in the description below. Follow to Amazon, and if you would, I very much appreciate you doing your business there if you pick one of these up. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, hey, there's a whole bunch of other affiliates down in the description below as well. In addition to me, Jeremy, here at Techthusiasm, being a certified authorized dealer for a variety of home theater and audio video types of brands, Kaleidoscape, JVC, Panamorph, Sony, Denon, Marantz, all kinds of other ones as well. If you're interested in any of that kind of stuff, reach out, Jeremy at techthusiasm.net. Happy to help, happy to consult, happy to get you hooked up with awesome stuff. Otherwise, please do all that regular YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, share the video, leave a comment. Let's discuss computer docking solutions for your office needs. What are you using? Have you used other products, or potentially this one or other ones from iVANKY? What do you think about them? What are you using? Are you interested in a device like this? What's your use case for it? Sound off in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Come on back for more home theater, as well as other electronics and fun types of device discussion as well, and a whole bunch of fun. Thanks.